Hello and welcome to another edition of AttractWell Office Hours. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by Julie. Hey, Julie.
Hi, everyone.
We are here today to talk about digital products, how you can sell them and deliver them with AttractWell, and in some cases, you could even, in theory, create the whole thing with AttractWell. Although I do recommend using Canva and a couple of other things. Anyway, we're going to get into digital products today, how they work for your business, and how you can set them up and use them with AttractWell. This is a live call that we offer every Thursday at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time. And we're so excited to have you here. If you use AttractWell or if you're just getting to know us and how we can serve your business, welcome. We are excited to have you here. It's something that we offer for free in service of your growth. We're going to pop out a video. Go ahead and head into the chat in the meantime and say hello. Let us know where in the world you are coming in from. We are, again, just so thrilled to be with you here today. It really is our favorite time of week. So hello. Excited to have you. Today we're going to talk about creating, selling, and delivering digital products with AttractWell. So today we're going to talk about what digital products are. For a lot of us who maybe coach or provide services, this might be new territory for you. So I want to give you kind of a scope of ideas of what this could look like, and then of course how you can apply those to the growth of your business. I'll show you how to sell digital products with AttractWell and ways to deliver them post-purchase, and then some workflows to help you automate fulfillment and drive more sales. And of course, as always, we have live help and Q&A. So if you have questions, if they come up for you during the call, or if you came here today looking for help and support, you're in the right place. Add those questions to the Q&A here on the live call. And if you're watching this as a replay, do know that you can come join us here for free. Again, we're live every Thursday at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time. And we can take all of your questions if you're interested in AttractWell, and then maybe even more importantly, if you're using AttractWell and you want some hands-on support in terms of getting things going where you want them, some strategy, it's all here for you. And we welcome you here. If you would like to schedule time on a call like this one, if you want to actually work on something together, that's also an option. AttractWell.com/work review is where you can go for that. And if you would like for someone to just do some of the work for you, we don't show up in our business the master of everything. But if you do not have mastery or do not wish to attain mastery over things like design or setup, you can hire our team to get those things out of the way for you. Go to AttractWell.com/concierge to learn more. All right. Now, I'm curious, before we get started, head over into the chat and let me know if digital products are something that you currently offer or there's something that you're considering adding to what you do. If you haven't already, maybe consider also letting us know what you do. Who do you serve? What kind of work do we do? I know that there are a lot of folks who work with us who are coaches, right? We have some folks who are practitioners. Maybe you take clients and you provide some type of a wellness service. Maybe you are someone who does create digital products. What does that look like for you? So digital products work because you can create something once and sell it over and over again without having to take up extra space on your calendar. They allow you to deliver real value without physical shipping, without taking up your time with one-on-one calls. And at the end of the day, I think the real value of offering digital products is that you've got a really clear low-risk entry point into your business, right? And what this allows you to do, whether you're somebody who is wanting to build an empire of digital products, or you're someone who wants to supplement the primary one-on-one or group work you do with digital products, at the end of the day, what this allows you to do is just serve more people in less time, and perhaps most important, strategically, to build a bigger list segment of buyers, right? So if you have digital products, but you sell high ticket coaching, this actually provides an opportunity for you to not just grow a list of leads who are engaging with free content that you offer, but you have this statistically tremendously higher likelihood of converting someone onto a higher ticket offer if they've purchased from you before, no matter the size of the purchase. So what counts as a digital product? Digital products are things that you sell. In some cases, you could give them away, but those are lead magnets. That's for another day. But digital products are going to be things like ebooks or written guides, maybe journals, things like this that you sell, self-paced courses. Any kind of course is going to fall into digital product as well. Basically, anything that is information that is purchased, structured in any type of way that you choose, but it does not include community engagement, one-on-one time, stuff like that, right? So ebooks, guides, courses, bundles of downloads like templates, trackers, planners, etc., workshops, training replays. Again, these are things that are recorded in this case. Again, not live, because that's not a digital product, that's a live product. And then toolkits, digital resource libraries, lots of different things that you can offer depending on whatever it is that you do. And of course, today I'm going to be talking about how you offer these things for sale. In some cases, you may choose to offer what you have for free, right? But today we're talking about selling. How do we sell digital products in AttractWell? So the first thing that we would do, so let's just say, for instance, if we have a PDF, an ebook we're selling for $7, or maybe I have a bundle of recipes, guides, just a whole lot of stuff that someone can download and use, and I'm selling it for $97. I'm going to upload whatever that content is into the file manager in AttractWell. Now, in AttractWell, you can upload and host your videos, your audio files, your actual files or downloads, right? All in AttractWell, and it's all protected there. And you can, of course, choose who gets access to it. You can then choose to organize this content in a vault, right? This is definitely what you would want to do if you have a course, for instance. And then you want to set up a checkout. And we take payment in AttractWell in 3 different ways. You can use a sales page where you take payment from a page. You could use the built-in checkout feature for a vault. So if you are offering a course, you don't have to create a separate page to sell it. And then we also have a store feature in AttractWell where you can create a listing there where people can add multiple things that you sell to a cart and purchase. The next thing we want to do is make sure that we are delivering what we've sold. We are going to create a campaign that confirms that they've bought what they've purchased and then provides them access to it. And then that campaign is just going to go right to the point of sale along with a tag and a confirmation page. Now I'm going to show you what all of this looks like here in just a bit and give you sort of a real example that we can work through. But let's break these down just a little bit further. So in terms of delivery options, we have a few to choose from, and these are going to vary solely based on the structure of the information that you are selling, right? So if this is simply a thing that they download, open, and read, such as a PDF, or perhaps you have maybe there's a meditation, and you want to sell the MP3 file for that, you could do that as well. What we're going to do is upload this to our files section. So this is going to be best for PDFs, ebooks, simple documents, right? This is going to go to your file manager. And when you upload to your file manager, you're going to save the link because we're going to use that in the next step. Let me actually come right over here to, let me find my AttractWell window here, and I will actually walk you through exactly where you can find that. So here I'm actually in my account here today where I'm going to walk through here because I have payments enabled. I'm going to go right over here to the files manager. And this is where I can go and select or drop my files. So I don't know that I have anything in my downloads. Oh yeah, here's a PDF. We'll pretend that this is an ebook. I'm just going to call this the ebook. I'm going to rename this real quick. I need to do this separately. Actually, you know what? I can do this from within AttractWell. Let me just do that. I'm going to upload it. There we go. I'm going to rename it. This is my ebook. Fantastic. That's now in my file manager. And if you have a number of different things that you're offering in terms of downloads, you could put that there as well. Then we want to create a one-time payment offer on a page or in the store feature in AttractWell. I'm going to show you how to do that here really quickly, a couple of different ways. I'm going to first go to pages. This is really simple. You do have to make sure, by the way, before you take payments that you have gone into settings and you have set up your payment processor. We do use Stripe with AttractWell, so you will want to make sure that that's connected. If you use something different, then you can use Zapier to connect with your Stripe to get everything back into your AttractWell account. But anyhow, let's go back over here to Pages, and I will show you how you could set up a page to offer purchase of that PDF. So I'm going to keep this pretty simple. I'm just going to use, maybe I'll just use this sales page template here. Obviously, it's got a lot of great sections here where you can put all of this information. You can see this one actually, let me see. All right, so this is going to have under settings, leads, lead capture. You can see whether or not you want to place a lead capture message here. Another thing, importantly, you may want to choose whether or not you show the form on the page. I'm going to show the form on the page. I'm just going to need to actually go back and add the form where I want it. So this is going to be get the book now. And this will say get the book. And down here under fields and booking, I'm going to collect their name and their email. If I want to collect more information, I can do that. Down here, I do want to send them to a confirmation page, and I want to connect a campaign as well. I'll get to that in just a moment. But under payments, importantly, require payment. Select that payment processor, add a payment option. Here's my ebook. I'm charging $37 for it. And I'm going to go ahead and save this where it is for now, with the exception of maybe this section down here. Instead of this buy now, I'm going to place this form tag. When I say done and I preview, and I get all the way down here to the bottom, you can see that I can go ahead and take payment right here. You see that they're getting the ebook, and you have the ability to customize this page to your liking. Now, door number 2, if you wanted to sell this in your store, that is an option as well. Do make sure that your store is set up. We can go over to our products here and add a new one. And this would be my ebook. You could add your image here. Obviously, you put in your price. This is a digital product. You could put in a an overview, selection, etc. And there we go, create product. I am going to go back and edit this in a moment because we don't have the delivery worked out just yet. All right, so we've got our one-time payment page or the store, and we are going to redirect after purchase to that file URL. So really simple. It's a very, very simple option. What that means is we're going to come back over here to our file manager, and I'm going to copy this link right here for the ebook, and going back to our first option for pages. And that was, oh, well, I didn't save that one. So what you would do here is in that redirect, just go back to the sales page here. In that redirect, after purchase, I go into settings here, payments, require payments. All right. What I'm going to do, if I go under leads, I need to decide what happens after someone registers. I'm going to send them straight to that URL. So after they have purchased, I can send them straight to the download, right? So that is one option. And of course, you can do this in your store listing as well. So if I go back to my store listing here under products, there is a place to send them to after they purchase. After someone places an order, do this. You can just pop that link right here if you'd like, right? This can send them straight to where they need to go. So that is our first option. It's a very, very quick, easy, simple path. And then you also have the option to create a campaign and then include that, that link in the first message of the campaign. Now, what that looks like, again, super simple. We go into campaigns and we create one for this ebook. There we go. This is ebook confirmation. Create. And then I'm going to include the link. that they can go and download in our very first message, right? So here's your ebook. And I'll say, click here to get it. Download now. And I will just simply hyperlink this with that PDF URL and turn it into a button. Now, once I have this, I do have the option to go over here and add that instead of maybe sending them straight to the PDF here, I might send them to the ebook campaign that I just created, right? That would be another option here. And then I should certainly tag them for ebook, right? And similarly, if we were to go back over to our store, to our products, you can attach a campaign here at the store level as well. So after someone places an order, there we go, ebook confirmation, and now you're good to go. You've got your ebook for sale on your site. Now, the other option is to create a dedicated delivery page. Now, if you've been through the Client Funnel Challenge, this is going to look very similar to an authority page, which is what we tend to show after someone asks to download or asks to receive a lead magnet from our website. Instead of sending them straight to the thing, if this offer that you're making, this course that you're selling, whatever it is that you're offering, if it is something that is a bridge to a larger purchase, then this is going to be a really great option for you. So it's also a great option if you have a lot of things, but you don't necessarily want to create a vault, right? So if you've got 3 videos, but you don't want to use a vault for it, or you've got 5 different guides, you just want to put them all on one page. You can design a page and then link to these products from the page itself, right? And so this page is going to be what they're sent to immediately after purchase. I would also link to this page in the campaign as well, just like we did with the direct link to the download. In this case, you would link to the page that contains the download, right? And if this is a step in the direction of maybe a higher ticket offering, then in that case, you could, of course, pitch that, put a video in, give a different call to action on this particular page. Now, if you wanted to do this with a store product, you can do that as well by just swapping out the URL down here, the digital order fulfillment instructions or URL. You could actually send them to that page on your site that has everything on it that you're offering, right? So if I go to pages, and I'm actually going to just use a blank page for this just to keep things super simple. I'm going to just add maybe a couple of these 2 column sections. Maybe this would have the image of the thing that they're getting. Maybe there's a video embedded here. And then if there's a download, I could actually come over here and then put the link to that download right here in the button, right? And so I could basically set this page up so that it is the page that delivers whatever it is that they just purchased from me. And then this would be where I redirect and where I send them to from that campaign. And I do find this is a more effective way to share something that is being sold, in particular, if you're wanting someone to consider buying more from you or working with you on a higher ticket offer. All right, now the final option here, and this is probably going to be one of the more popular ones because courses are awesome to sell, right? It's great to be able to package your information and to provide a complete solution in a way that you can simply take payment and people can go get what they want without you having to be present for any step of the process, right? So Vault Access is going to be what you're going to want to use if you are offering courses, multimedia, collections of things, or if this is something that you are selling that maybe has a membership type payment attached to it. So what we'll do here is to create a vault to organize our product content. So inside that vault, maybe you use an online class so that you can have one class per video that you're offering. Or of course, if this is a course, you would use the class to structure your curriculum. You would set up a sales page or use the Vault checkout page for this. And then you can choose to modify the built-in welcome campaign for the vault if you want. And then, of course, the point of sale is going to add that vault. Now, I'm going to actually be walking you through what it looks like to do this here in just a moment with the example I'm going to provide. But first, let's get into some smart workflow tips. So first thing, make sure that no matter what you're selling, you are adding a tag at the point of sale, either via an automation or through the direct setting when you're setting up the payment. That tag is allowing you to segment your list. You want to know who's purchased from you. And you can add multiple tags that are maybe appropriate, maybe have a general one so that everything you sell maybe has a purchase tag so that you can easily go and find everybody who's ever purchased anything from you and have those be the first people that you make your next offer to, because they are going to be the most likely to say yes. You also want to make sure that you are using campaigns, right? This is going to help you, again, if you want to nurture further, you want to encourage people in the direction of purchasing more from you or engaging with the next step in your funnel. Use your campaigns for that purpose to deliver what they asked for, but then to drip more value and then lead toward a next call to action. Be sure that you save your time, right? Reuse layouts, reuse pages, reuse campaigns. You can duplicate any feature that you create and love in AttractWell to offer the next thing that you want to create. We make this really easy. And then don't sleep on saved replies. Saved replies are a feature in AttractWell that are akin to canned responses if you wanted to be able to quickly and easily fire off a response to a frequently asked question. But the thing is, in AttractWell, this can also be your newsletter formatting. It could be a section that you want to add to all of the messages that you're sending out in a particular month. It can be a blog post format. It can be a lesson format for an online class. Saved replies are a fantastic way for you to save yourself time, so make sure that you're using those. So I'm going to walk you through this example utilizing a vault. A holistic nutrition coach wants to offer a digital detox bundle. In this, she's going to have an ebook, a daily meal plan PDF, and 3 video trainings. She's going to be delivering this in a vault, and she will have a sales page. And then she will have a campaign that guides them through that 5-day training and then offers an upsell on the other side. So let's walk through what this looks like. What she's going to do first is to upload her 3 video trainings into the AttractWell video library. This is a really simple thing that you can do. Let me just show you really quickly what that looks like. We go over here to our content library, click videos, and then we can go and grab our video. We find a video that I can add here. I'm just going to grab this guy right here and drop it in. So this is going to take a little bit to upload. Maybe this is a longer video, so I'm just going to leave that there. The first thing we need to do is upload our videos to our video library. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is to create a class that walks our client through the 5-day experience. So that means we are going into our member area settings in AttractWell, where we are going to go and create a class. So click classes right here. Oh, nope, don't want to do that. You stay over here and come back. Let me just open a new tab here. I don't want to lose that video that I'm uploading. All right, so I'm going to come over here to classes. And I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to use this outline tool. This is my personal favorite. This is going to be the 5-day reset cleanse. The module, we're not going to have a module. There's just a couple of these. So I'm just going to do a lesson name. So this one is going to be free cleanse protocol. And then I'm going to put whatever information I want to include here. I'm not allowing discussion because this is not a program. They are not purchasing for enough money that it warrants my time and attention, right? This is a lead into a higher value offering. So this will be day 1. I'll do a day 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 5. And then I'll do another one that is maybe a post cleanse protocol, and then I'll do a how to keep your results. And this will be maybe where I offer next steps. Don't want that one. Let me delete that. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and create a vault with it. I'm going to create a new vault and add the class to it, and that is going to be called the 5-day reset cleanse bundle. Create. Perfect. So I've got all these lessons here ready for me to add my content. So this is where I would actually be going in. Here's my day one. And if I have my videos uploaded, I can click right here to video. And then I can select this video. Now right here, it is being processed, so it's not going to show up. But you can put your video in right here. You can give all of your instructions here. And then really importantly, we can add our downloads, right? So if I'm giving her instructions or she's got a checklist or something like that to follow today, then they're going to have that right here. And I can continue for the rest of the content in this class. Now, the final thing that you would need to be doing to basically set this up and have it ready to go is to just get it branded up with Canva, which is really simple. If you go down here to branding, you can have a cover photo, a main photo, say a little bit about the class, etc. Yeah, that step. We get it all organized inside of an online class structure in AttractWell. We add our videos, we add our PDFs to the download section. You create a vault, which if you use that outline builder like I did, it'll go ahead and create the vault for you. You just have to go back and brand it. And then that class is in the vault, but maybe we also want to have a page in that vault that sells the next offer, or maybe offers a strategy call with you, because maybe someone who signs up for this is someone who you would be willing to speak to if they fill out a form and they get onto a strategy call with you, right? If they're a qualified lead. So what we can do now is go over to our vaults, and here's my 5-day reset cleanse. I can come over here and you can see that my class is in here, but I need a page. So maybe I need to actually add a sales page in here, or maybe an offer page that includes an opportunity to book with me. Right? So here I'm going to maybe copy in a page, and oh, look at that. I love it. There's a call with me. Copy the page. Beautiful. All right. So let me save the vault. I'll refresh it here, and I didn't do that correctly. Let me go copy the page, copy a page. Is it just because I don't have anything on that page? Anyway, you can copy a page straight in, or you could create something from scratch. Oh, let me go ahead and save this. Okay, that's why. See, I'm working too fast here. So want to level up your results is what I'm going to name it. I'm going to say done. I'm going to say save. And you can see here, there's just a form on this page, but actually, this is going to offer a breakthrough call. And in this particular instance, it's actually, this is an upsell. They're inside the vault. If they would like to have a call with me, they could pay $200. And they're going to see that from inside the vault. So here we go. Save. So we even have a page inside here that offers the next step. So what we want to do here as a final touch is to actually make some modifications to a copy of the built-in welcome campaign for the vault, and then add those 5 days of messages, right, that get them to engage throughout the program, and then maybe some additional messages for the upsell. So to do this, what I'm going to do is go into AttractWell to campaigns, and then I'm going to look for the built-in. I'm just going to search built-in. Welcome to Vault campaign. I'm going to make a copy of this. I'm going to duplicate, and this is going to be the 5-day cleanse bundle. There we go. And then here, I can say whatever else I want to say. This is already ready to be the first message that goes out to them when they purchase. It gets them access to the vault. Maybe I want to say a little bit more here, but then I want to add another message, and I want to tell them what to do on day one. Right? Save that message. and proceed, continue with the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then add messages that sell. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go back to your vault. Here it is right here. And entry settings. We are going to go find that cleanse. Here we go. And apply that as the entry campaign. So when someone purchases this vault, they are going to start receiving these messages right away. So you can use this as a point of entry for a higher ticket offer on your program. All right, so then we want to create a sales page that adds them to this vault and then tags that contact on payment. And you do want to send them to a confirmation page after the fact. But really quickly, if you wanted to keep this super simple, you could also just go right over here to payment setup for the vault and have a built-in checkout page for this. And it'll automatically put them into the vault and send them straight to it after they purchase, right? So anyone with the link can purchase this. I will use Stripe. I will add a plan. And this is $297 one-time payment. And I'm going to tag them with 5-day cleanse and with purchase so that I can find the people who've purchased. The vault's going to apply the campaign, so I don't need anything else. I'll add that plan. There we go. And then here's where I can outline everything that's included, right? Here's what's included. And then you could list all of that out. Here's everything that they get, their bundle, etc. And then after they pay, you send them straight to the vault. This is the most simple option. I love this option. But if you did want to, you could. Why did it say one-time payment of 40? I'm confused. The question. Here, let's come back over here. Oh, because I named it 247. That was me setting that up too quickly because it automatically said 40. So here I would say 297 for one payment. So add the plan name is where I put the 297. This is the 5-day cleanse bundle. If I were to do this correctly, as I should, I'm going to deactivate that other one that makes no sense. And then there you go. This is actually, oops, that's actually correct. Name it correctly, apply the price correctly. Okay, so the other option that we have is to use a sales page like we had discussed before. From that sales page here, instead of sending them to the, instead of adding the ebook confirmation, I could say no campaign because the vault sends the campaign. I'm going to not use ebook here. I'm going to remove tags from this place, and I'm going to not use this redirect here either. I would actually want to send them to a confirmation if I have a confirmation in this account. If you have a confirmation page, I'll just pretend that it's this one. Send them to a confirmation page. If you're using pages, use no campaign here, but under payments, you're going to add to the vault, which I actually need to save. This is going to be the 5-day cleanse. If I could type. All right, so I'm going to save that. Let me refresh it real quick just because it needs to be able to see that I made that vault. All right, so if I go to settings here, under payments, require Stripe. And here I can connect them to that vault. There we go. I can add that tag. That's the 5-day cleanse and purchase. And my price. And I will call it what it is, right? So that's the 5-day cleanse bundle. There we go. Vault is included with purchase. There you go. You add them to the vault, right? And so that's how you would set that up if you use a page. You do have the option of adding them to a vault from the store feature as well. So if we were to go back to our store listing, TL, if I told you I had to break up with coffee, would you believe me? All right, so I'm going to go and edit this here. By the way, if you watch the replay, you can slow it down or speed it up. I wouldn't dare you to speed it up though. All right. After someone places an order, you do also have the option to add them to a vault here as well. All right. Now we do have, by the way, lots of resources that go through more of these steps in slow motion. So if you are wanting to do this, I really just wanted to demonstrate to you today that the steps for doing this are not particularly complicated. You really just have to decide, what am I offering? What's the delivery method? And what's the experience that I want the other person to have? And then also strategically, is there something else that I want this to lead toward, right? Now, our next steps here, like I just said, decide what you'll sell and how you'll deliver it, and then upload that content or set up your vault, create whatever your payment option is. Remember, page, vault, checkout, or store. You don't have to learn all three of these options. Just pick the one that makes the most sense to you and let that be the one that you move forward with. They're all pretty simple. I just needed to show you all of them in relatively short time here today. Then build that delivery workflow using your campaigns, maybe sending them to a page if you choose to use one, and then you can start sharing and selling on autopilot. So obviously, once you have your product in your system, you get to choose how you promote it. But know that it's going to be the published version of the sales page that you're sending them to, or to that vault checkout page, or to the store listing. So let's just go take a quick look at how you would locate the URLs to actually sell, right? So here, I'm going to save my changes. And you can click Get Link right here. And then this is the link to this product in your store. If I am using a vault, which was sort of our primary walkthrough here today, if you want the link to the page to sell and offer your vault, you go under payment setup here. And actually, I didn't save this, forgive me, but it's this one right here, view checkout page, right? Or copy checkout page link. If you want to see it, click this. You want to share it, click either of them and grab the link for you to send out and share. This is going to be a simplified sort of sales page. It'll have the form on the right-hand side and a message on the left. And then, of course, finally, if you are using pages, this one's pretty straightforward. But if you have a page like this, you can click view and save the link that way, or from your list, you can actually just click copy link and you can put that out there. You can make this an item in your menu for your website. You could put this in a link in bio, all kinds of great things that you can do. Now, let me see if I've got any questions here. Can you show the inside of the vault that you're making? So yes, I can. Let me really quickly go show you that. Give me just a second. And I will do that for you. All right. All right, so this is that 5-day reset cleanse bundle. Doesn't really look like much. You can see this one over here actually has some information. It's got some branding. So there is a little bit more that you would need to do with this, but it is basically done, right? So here, again, this doesn't really have branding, but we do have the class. And in this particular case, we are locked per day. You do have the ability to change how they can interact lesson by lesson inside of this class. You can actually choose for it to go out one day at a time, which would be what I would recommend in a case like this. So I don't want them necessarily going to day 2's content until it's actually day 2. There's a bit more that can be done with this. And then, of course, for this page, I don't really have much here. Here's a form where they can pay to book with me. So that would be what the inside of that vault looks like. If you want to see one that is built out a little bit more, this is actually one that I demo in the Client Funnel Challenge, I think. We have a page, which is pretty cool. We've got a class, which is fully branded as well. Pretty cool. And then this one has discussion, which of course, for a digital product, I would never, just because it's not, typically a digital product is going to be something that's got a little bit of a lower price point. And thus it's not something that you want to be high maintenance for you. Okay, let me see. If you're here and you have a question, if you want to talk through any of this together, feel free, please go ahead and pop your hand up here, and I'm happy to bring you out to chat. Um, Angela says, any opinion on which payment option is best? If we're talking about like which payment option in AttractWell, they're all great. It really just depends on the thing that you're selling and more importantly, how you're delivering it. Um, for instance, if you're selling something that is high ticket, right? Generally speaking, we're going to want to have more rich engagement. So that would be a long form sales page, maybe a page that even has a video in it. Because what you're really trying to do is have a dialogue with your reader and address their objections in real time so that they're saying yes by the end of it. So in a case like that, it's going to be best to take payment on that page because you've gone through enough of a hurdle to get them to say yes. You don't want to send them to a whole other page that they have to read. If you got their yes right then and there, get their payment right then and there, right? The one exception would be if this is a recurring payment in a membership, which usually doesn't really require a long form sales page anyway, right? Because a membership is usually going to be a lower cost, but a recurring one. And in that case, I would just use I would use a sales page potentially, depending on the price point. But then I would send them to that checkout page. A checkout page must be used if it's a multi-part or recurring payment. That's really the only rule here. If it's multi-part or recurring payment, you've got to take them over to the vault checkout page. Otherwise, you've got whatever option you want. Generally speaking as well, unless you have multiple things that you sell that people could bundle and buy at the same time and you want that model in your business, the store might not be the best fit for you, right? Because if your store only has one thing in it, that's a little bit of a strange shopping experience. Why send them to a store if there's just one thing? But you've got 5 or 6 things, then that makes sense, right? So generally speaking, pages, I think, are going to be the one that makes the most sense for the most people. But it really does kind of depend on the way you deliver and what it takes to get someone to a yes. Hey, TL, I have unmuted you. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Thanks for that. This comes very timely as I'm in the process of migrating my entire business to AttractWell. I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, and I actually have a call scheduled with Pam later on today. But I've been used to systems where the buttons on the sales page lead to a checkout page. I can't seem to figure out how I'm supposed to set that up. How do I get that button to go straight to a checkout page where they can just pay and I'm done with it?
Yeah, so if you don't need a separate checkout page. You can actually, so there's 2 options on a page. So if you're just creating a page where you take payment on the page, you can have the volume of the sales page. And then on all of your call to action buttons, just put hashtag lead in them. And if the form shows up on the page, just put the form all the way down at the bottom. You actually don't need them to go to a different page to collect payment. You could just take it right there. And I actually find that to be a more effective way to actually get a sale than sending them to another place, right? Like the same place that they're saying yes should ideally be the place that they are making the decision. So in AttractWell, what that looks like is we go to pages here. Matter of fact, I actually made a sales page and I shared it with someone. Give me just a second. I'm actually going to show you a that's not what I want to do. Bear with me just a second. Um, I'll show you a sales page that actually does redirect somewhere else just because it has to. And then I will show you how to make it an on-page thing.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So there it is. All right. So I'm going to clean this real quick so I can show you. All right. So I've got this sales page. And in this case, what I'm going to do, because this is if we take a quick look at it and we view it in the browser, this is a long form page. that I would probably use for something that is several hundred to several $1,000s, generally speaking. And my trackpad decided that it has stopped working. This is cool.
Hmm.
Bear with me just a second.
Classic.
But what I would do on a page like this is I would use the lead tag in the button field, and then I would let's see if there's some apologies. This is really inconvenient. I'm gonna have to cameras. I think I just had my trackpad die for the first time.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, I'm good. I'm plugged back in. Okay, so anyway, this is quite a long form page, a lot of stuff going on here. What I would do is put a payment form at the very bottom. So where this one has like a call to action down here at the bottom, I am maybe going to swap that out with a form. And then all of these buttons throughout the page are just going to jump down the page to that form. So the way I'll do that is in my buttons, I'm going to put in the URL field, hashtag lead. And I will do that for all of my sections. This is my mobile section for this particular one. Anyway, I would do this for the remainder of the page. And then all the way down here at the bottom, because people who are ready to say yes, I want them to jump right to where they can purchase. I am going to I want to put this here and say, let's get started. And then under settings, I'm going to show the form on the page. And then I'm going to go over here to payments and require a payment. There's Stripe. My payment option here is called Momentum. The amount is $497. And then I would add them to my vault, or I would attach my automation, or whatever the things are, what the delivery looks like. I would connect that right here. Good to go. Maybe they're getting a vault's included with purchase. I'm going to say done. And then what that'll look like if I go to preview here is when they click, it's just going to jump them right down here to where they can pay. And they don't have to leave the page at all.
Okay.
The other option here would be to not show the form on the page and use a pop-up instead. So you could have a pop-up payment form if you like that. Again, for a page like this one, if you're using a sales page, I actually kind of like having the payment form on the page. It's not like a whole lot of science to that, but I find it to be I don't know, I feel like a more cohesive experience than a pop-up. It feels like it has more flow with the page. But then yeah, what you get to do is, as they're scrolling through, they're going to come up with multiple calls to actions depending on where they are. They say yes, and well, in this case, I didn't change that one, but it'll jump them down the page. Now, your other
Um,
option would be to use a Vault checkout. So if maybe this is a membership for you, you can copy this checkout page link, and on your sales page, you can just link to that in the URL field. That would be your other option. So you can send them to the Vault checkout instead of using the page to process.
okay. And is there a way to add an I agree to terms and conditions thing on the
Mm.
form itself?
Yeah, definitely. So there are a couple of ways to do this. This is going to depend. Let me see. This is I think, another solid case for having terms and conditions on the page. So in this case, maybe what we do is instead of using a section like this, let me go into the column editor, and I'm going to shrink the size of this column, and I will add another one. I'm going to move that one over so you can see here. Actually, no, I'm going to move it in the other direction. Okay, so what I would do in this case with the content is I would put, again, put the form here. And then over here, I would put terms, right? And so what I would do in the form, under leads, under fields and booking, I would add a field that says, um, I agree to da 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 terms shown on this page, whatever language you want to use here, require it, and then have a list pick one and provide only an option, I agree, right? They cannot proceed without checking, I agree. So in this case, we say done. And when we preview this, right? Oh, I didn't put that in the correct place. Or actually, no, I did. This is centered. That's why that looks weird. So what I would do with form here, I don't like how that looks aligned that way. Clearly, I did not fix that formatting issue. But anyway, yeah, you would have that here, and then you could put your terms and any other things in the other column. You could also put the terms underneath it as well. But they have to click I agree in order to proceed in this case.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, Sorry to hear.
Oh, sorry. I missed, hold on just a second. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I'm sorry to hear about your breakup, but I'll just let the barista know I'll have what you're having.
Sure thing, sure thing. All right.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Glad to have you. Fiona, parking lot question. I'm not sure I know what you mean by parking lot. Can I bring you out to chat and we can maybe work through that really quickly?
Hi, Ashley. Thank you. So, what I did was I followed your last training Thursday, and I set up a email challenge, but I wanted to sell it. So I had to get out of the landing page, make my own page. And where I'm confused is that I want to be able to offer it from a landing page, but also sell it in my store as a product. Where do I put the campaign? Do I put it both on the page and in the product area? And also the same with payment.
Mhm.
Or if I put it in page and in the product payment area, does that count as a double payment? And
Okay. So So you can just choose one checkout option and then have that be where you're sending people to from wherever you choose. So if you wanted to offer something in your store, but it's being sold somewhere else, maybe on its own sales page, then your button for the item in the store can be one that is an external link to that page on your website, for instance. So if you have already set up a page to take payments, and maybe the page has more copy than a store listing would to be sufficient to sell, then you could still have it listed in the store, but the link would go to the page with all the information. And vice versa, if you had a page, but then they needed to check out in the store, you could send them the link to the store. So I would choose one means of payment just to make sure that nobody, is paying for something twice. And then just ensure that wherever you're promoting or clicking from, you're able to send them to wherever that point of purchase is. But you mentioned a landing page though. Do you mean like landing page, like the landing page's feature in AttractWell? Because this feature specifically does not take payment, right? You would like on a page like
right.
this is really more for like leads.
Yes. So what I had done was I had followed last week's training, which was to create a digital challenge. And I didn't realize that leading pages or landing pages didn't take payments. And luckily, Pam got a hold of me and figured that out. So I made a page that is duplicate to the landing template
Perfect.
for
Okay,
payments.
excellent.
Oh, there it is.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the landing page. So this is the challenge. There we go. Okay, yeah, fantastic. So this is our 3-day email, and you want to sell this.
Yes.
Excellent. Let me come over here. You've got that all set up under payments. Great. Yeah, so what you would do is if you wanted to list this in your store, is you would copy the link here, and then under your products in your store, which is this one, I assume, uh,
Yes.
then what you would do is, I believe, let's see, product details, availability for sale. What was the way that there is a way to do this? I just haven't done this in so long. Because basically, oh, I know what it is. Here, listing only. Yep. This is a listing only, and then you're able to actually have you're able to put a link in for where they go, right? So if they want this, then they would be able to actually click the button and then go off to. You'll be using the link to that page at where you're
Okay, so
selling it.
down below, I did have links. I did add links further
Yeah.
down. Oh,
Here,
okay. So that's
oh, that's the link path, though.
no,
I
further down.
wish.
After somebody places an order, they send the campaign.
Got you. So this isn't something that you would want to connect here if it's a listing only, right? So if you wanted to just use that page that you created, basically what you can do is next to all the other items in your store, you can have this, but they don't add this to cart like they add other things to cart. It's here and they can click and it takes them to the page, or they could purchase on the page, is kind of what I'm
So I
getting
would
at
like
here.
everything to be sort of sold within the store for like
Okay.
easy purposes. But yet, if
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I want to do it.
Excellent. So then the inverse, what we would do is we would get link here, and then on that page, in your call to action button, what was the name of that page again? I'm going to type in challenge. I think that's what I looked up before. There we go. So yeah, if you want the purchase to happen in the store, then what you would do is put that store link here and don't use the payment form. Send them to the store.
Okay, so then I ignore the payment pay on the
Mhm,
page and I
mhm.
send them to the store and that will do the Stripe payment.
Yep, that'll take them to the store. And then, of course, you get the added benefit if they want to add other things to their cart while they're there, then they could do that. But yeah, just make sure all of the calls to
Fantastic.
action on this page, yeah, remove the form, and all the calls to action on the page should send them over to that store listing.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I am so excited that you guys are taking action on this, creating new things for your business, taking advantage of all of the tech that's available for you here all under one roof. We'll be back here same time next week. If there's something that you want to learn and you don't know it yet, and maybe you haven't been able to find it in our voluminous amount of trainings that we've done, then reach out. Let us know. We can do something entirely new or go over something that we just need to work a little bit more on to help it click. We're here to help you be in touch with us in our Facebook group. And of course, come back next week, same time. Till then, have a great week, everybody.